Hi everyone, and a very warm welcome back to the August Monthly WARNO tournament from SD League. Today we are in the rookie tournament. Today we are with Minotaur, a killer squirrel, and what I love about casting the freshman league, or the new league, is they do things differently. You tend to get a lot of the standard meta when you watch the veterans play. You get the established Q move meta at the moment, I guess. But, generally speaking, you see the meta in those games. Whereas with the newer players, you tend to get a bit of a mixture. You tend to get some weird and wonderful tactics. And I think some of them are absolutely fantastic and a lot more fun to watch sometimes than the standard meta. So I'm looking forward to these two. So we got Minotaur today, and CherryK, I think, is their name on the tournament list. They're called Killer Squirrel here. Minotaur is over in blue on the left as the 2nd Infantry. Nice to see them again. And over on the right in red, we have Killer Squirrel, or Cherry, with the 3rd Armoured. Let's have a look at what Cherry has down. So we've got plenty of scouts going up front, a good spread across the map. Back here we've got an Itor, some Stingers, some mech rifles, and Command heading over that way. In the centre here, heading to this point, quite defensively might I add, we have a Stinger and an Abrams. And then here we have quite a few mech rifles, some engineers, all heading into the back of this point. Not going to contest the town straight away. Let's have a look at the other side. Then we've got Minotaur over here. So Minotaur SAS, obviously. Straight into the town, SAS. Straight into the town, no messing about. Got to get all the SAS down. Only 4 down there. Over here we have a couple of scouts. Jäger Aufkol and a Fox heading up there. Back here we've got a bunch more scouts. We've got a Fox. Something heading around the back there. We've got some scouts, some Jäger Aufkol heading somewhere. And some airborne scouts knocking around as well. At the back here, we've got loads of Jaeger, some HSF, a couple of Milans, looking good, and a Rover Command. And then over here, we've got a Rover Command, Tractor Rapier, a Milan 2, and some HSF. I've seen a few people with the HSF. Haven't quite taken my fancy yet, but I don't think they're a bad squad. I didn't bother putting them in my deck, though, I don't think. Back on Vertigo. I mean, we're very used to this map by now. Main fight usually happens over Alpha, usually a bit of fighting over Delta. On a rare occasion, we do see people push through to the back points as well. Sometimes a bit of sneaky around the back command as well, around the bottom, around the top. Generally speaking, though, it's quite a solid front line on this map. Both players capping pretty much at the same time here. No one getting a real advantage. Tiny point of advantage to Cherry over there. Obviously, right now, it will be Minotaur who has control of Alpha for the most part. Obviously, all these units coming around the back here will be out of range of the SAS, obviously. Though the Milans, depending on where they're positioned, they are going pretty far into the town here. The Rover Milans could be quite threatening to the tanks and stuff back here. What is the range on that? If we grab the Rover Milan, I don't get the markers unless I'm over it of the actual range. But I think, it would be hitting the Abrams back there from this point. Whereas the Abrams, then again, the Abrams could probably hit it as well. Yeah, it's just a bit too close for the Milan to do its best work. A little bit of skirmishing up there between the Fox and the Scouts. The Scouts obviously unable to deal with the Fox. Fox easily wins that fight. No ATGMs or anti-tank on those Scouts. Fox doing a good job. One pushing around here as well. Again, coming up against some Scouts with the M60s. Not able to kill vehicles in the current game. Oh, SAS mangling some transports. Now you can debate here, because is that a waste of their AT4s? There's no supply there to rearm them. There is one on the way now. I would consider that maybe potentially a waste of their AT4s, but as long as you got a supply coming, it's not so bad. And mainly right now, you're going to be fighting against some mech rifles and some engineers. No engineers flash there, though, so as long as you can keep at range, he'll be looking good. But the command is in the point. Although, at the moment, Cherry's command isn't in that top point there. So this is a bit of a funny little strip of trees. So you have to be in this end of the trees to be actually in the point. If you're at this end, it's actually outside the point. It's really weird because it looks like technically it should all be outside the point. But if you zoom out very slightly and look directly down as best you can you see how this end is slightly more inside the blue line? That is why. I'm assuming Cherry hasn't realized at the moment. Slight points advantage to Minotaur, but it won't make a big difference in the long run. We've seen people turn it around much more easily than that. Jaeger here, laying down a lot of fire. Not sure those Jaeger were quite in the forest line there, so we're taking quite a lot of damage. Now, there's plenty of HSF and SAS and stuff here, and he really needs to try and utilize these squads to stop these engineers getting in these buildings. If the engineers make it to the buildings, then their satchel charges are viable, and that's a problem. Saxons at risk over here, obviously, from the mech rifles with their dragons. Supplies coming in to rearm everyone here. Good use of supply to keep these squads alive if they're taking a lot of damage, pulling them back, replacing them. Artillery, is that? No. Abrams. I thought it was an artillery shell coming in at first, but it is the Abrams getting some shots off. So this is where the Milan 2s come in. Milan 2 misses. This Milan 2 being pushed up here. Good fire support there. That's Saxon very much at risk from the mech rifles. Some good pushing from these Abrams up here. Good fire support if you can keep them at distance. This one's taking a bit of damage though from the Milan 2s. It is able still to fire, and this one obviously can fire in. Minotaur coming down, another Abrams coming down, but a push coming at the top from Minotaur. He is pushing into the enemy units, obviously looking for that command, which has now moved into this forest here. HSF cannot kill that, though. That said, I wonder if they can helm it with the machine guns and the rifles, because it is just technically a little vehicle. He really needs the Jaeger. There we go. Jaeger were in range. Jaeger got the hit. One very dead command vehicle. Minotaur not looking so hot here. Really needs to be switching in and out his infantry at the front here. I mean, he's got all these SAS sat there not engaging. SAS obviously very good units. They are special forces. So if they were in the buildings assisting, if you're in a situation where you're getting a lot of fire coming in, you've got to try and rotate your infantry in and out, and you know, you've got a big supply truck there. You've got to utilize that as well. It can be difficult when you're trying to be on two parts of the map at once. Nice supply capture there. Minotaur looking very good at the top. He has managed to clear out most of the infantry. Jaeger still taking a lot of fire from multiple squads here, and obviously all of these getting rearmed and resupplied. Apache here engaging on these infantry and the Fox. Taking a quick look at the back there. Fox easily killed. The infantry will put up a bit more of a fight, but the Apache should win that. Abrams coming in quite close to the town now. This is risky. Oh, beautiful side shot from the Rover Milan there. Absolutely beautiful side shot. Can it get a second one? No, it is turning around and going into the forest now, but that was a beautiful kill. Nice hit on that as well. Milan 2 firing from this side. Beautiful strike. It's kind of caught out now. This Milan going for this Abrams. And the Milan in there as well. Oh! Both Abrams go down almost simultaneously. This one had turned to face that way. Got side shot from the Milan here. And this one just took that final hit. SAS now on the move. Needs to be careful with the SAS. They're out in the open. They will take more damage. Obviously, there is a benefit to being in the buildings. Those engineers are coming. He needs to keep them at range. There's no heavy fire support here. There's no tanks. A couple of tanks up, or a tank up here. There's an Abrams back there, and the ITO obviously poses a threat to that tank. Nice kill. 2 tanks lost there by the looks of it. Obviously the ITO in a nice position. The Abrams getting hit with the Milan 2 here. Nice strike, immediately doing quite a lot of damage. But the mech rifles and the engineers have arrived, and you do not want to be close to these things. They still do quite a lot of damage. Got to keep out of range of them. Oh, SAS. SAS are really, really valuable troops. You've got to keep moving them out of the line of fire if they're taking a lot of damage and try and get them repaired. It's not a unit you want to lose. If you're going to lose a squad, you lose the HSF, you lose the Jaeger. You want to try and keep your SAS alive. They are such a strong unit with their anti-air, anti-tank, and anti-infantry capabilities. They're also a really expensive squad. It's always good to try and rotate infantry. Not always as easy in this game as it was in Wargame, I find, rotating your infantry in and out. This Jaeger here, for example, are out of cover, technically, because they're not in the building. These engineers are out of satchel charges, thankfully, so they're not posing as much threat right now. Supplies trying to come in, but they're coming in through the front road, and this is the issue on this map. If you're not careful about how you bring stuff in, it ends up going past the enemy units. Engineers up here, not close enough to throw the satchels, are being moved into range now. There they go, throwing those satchels. It does make a huge difference to them. But it is possible to just keep running away. Abrams there, keeping up the fire support. Jaeger coming in now, here as well. Anti-tank, Thunderbolt coming in, will absolutely mince infantry on the ground. Beautifully done. Jaguar HE coming in, going to finish off that tank, should get the kill. Oh, he switched targets and went for the A10 instead. I mean, he got the kill on the A10. Does leave the tank available. Engineers here did manage to finish off those squads with the help of the A10. A couple more Jaeger coming in, but they're taking a lot of fire from that Abrams. The Abrams should still go down. This bombing strike might be very lucky and get both of these here. Oh, not quite. If that Abrams command tank had kept going forward, it could have been badly damaged already. Minotaur managed to clean up down the bottom here. Cherry's units, limited now to the command, should die here. Looking pretty good for Minotaur at the moment. He's just managed to keep up the pressure a little bit more. There's the command dead to those Jaeger. Mech rifles being pulled out. Supply coming in. Keeping those units resupplied. There is an artillery piece in the back for Cherry now. Got 5 Dragons in Bradley's there. Bradley round the back here. Going for that Challenger. No. It's going for the air mobile scouts. Doesn't get the kill. Minotaur's not realised it's there. Does get the kill this time. I'd be worried about that Challenger getting a side shot. If the Bradley gets a side shot on the chat. No, the Challenger is turning towards it. No, it's turning away. Challenger should get the kill here, surely. Oh. What the hell is the armor on the front of that Bradley? 3 armor, and the Challenger is struggling to kill it. Challenger may lose this fight here. Both of them smoking and retreating. Oh, the Challenger didn't actually smoke, I tell a lie. HE Bomber coming in here for that. Should get the kill, yeah. Obviously overextended, so an easy kill for a bomber. But did a lot of damage, really messed up that Challenger. Supplies having to be pulled back to deal with it. Eagle is in. Not seen many aircraft used by either player in this game, to be fair. Minotaur looking pretty solid right now. +4 has lost control of this side at this point. But I am seeing that the command tank is gone. So at some point, I missed it. The command Abrams has been killed up there. I'm curious what killed it. We will Have to have a look at the end. Abrams here again, getting some fire support on here, but that Milan all the way up at the front now. Nice strike. Milan's doing a good job. Killed a lot of Abrams this game, those Milans. Very pleased with their performance. At least Minotaur will be. Probably not so much Cherry. Artillery in at the other side now as well. A couple of 155mm cannons. Now they are right on top of each other. He's probably not expecting any counter battery perhaps, but there is always a risk involved there if they're right on top of each other. It makes counter battery easier to kill both. Firing at the tractor rapier there from Cherry's side. And the command coming in now, going for that point. Fireteam Dragons, some Bradleys coming in down here. But defense here has been pretty solid from Minotaur. A little bit of a slip up once or twice. Some units managing to get in the buildings, but generally speaking, that's been pretty solid. Bradley's already getting hit with those Milan 2s. Oh, missed. That could have been a nasty hit, though. Plenty of Milans left. Another one coming in. Obviously, Cherry hasn't realised that they're in range yet. Oh, beautiful strike. Another vehicle down. Those Milans could be looking at MVP at the end of this match. They've got a lot of kills. It remains +4 to Minotaur at the moment. 25 minutes left of the game, though. Plenty of time for this to turn around. A couple of challenges on the field now. One at the bottom. One at the top. Some more M48s coming in. Challenges, fantastic unit, but a lot of effort to keep them alive, because they do become prime targets, as do any big tanks. Artillery coming in on this area here, softening up the infantry. Oh, some good hits on those engineers. Oh. Command is in here. Obviously, risky business. The command is probably not quite visible, actually. It's just out of visibility range, I think, for those Jaeger Aufkel. So it is still safe at the moment, but I imagine we're going to see some artillery attempt to come in on top of those. Yeah, artillery coming in at the back there on those engineers. Those engineers are visible to the Jaeger Aufkel. An attempt to push in here by Cherry again, but well defended. Those Jaeger near the front, but not all the way up, allowing him to get shots on things as they come in. Fireteam Dragons, fairly small squads, unfortunately not didn't do a great job there. Apache is coming in here on attack move to the front. In terms of anti-air, we do have the tractor rapier being moved up this way, but there isn't much else, just the SAS remaining. Obviously SAS, very, very effective anti-air, but there's only one squad left, I think, in that town. Yeah, just the one squad of SAS. The Apache at the moment managing to absolutely mince those Jaeger. Artillery's done a good job at just doing a bit of damage down here. Those engineers getting repaired and rearmed by that Hemet truck. But pressure's been kept up very effectively in this game by Minotaur. He should be pleased with that. Cherry has done a good job at trying to keep the pressure on this point in particular. Has always managed to get something back in the top. But just this point, it's a hard point to assault. And to get in the buildings at any point was a good effort. Oh, Milan going for another kill on an Abrams. Milan's doing a fantastic job, as I say. Sometimes they're not that lucky, but appears to be getting a lot of good hits. It's actually fully ranked up as well. So it does get a slight bonus to its accuracy, of course. Here's the big push. Loads of units pushing across here now. Infantry going in. Command is obviously dead. Tanks sitting all the way back here. And the Warrior Milans. Obviously they can still fire from range at this point. I'm assuming they're going to move up though. Yeah, big move across the point there. Just to permanently keep Cherry out. Looking like a win for Minotaur at the moment. Has managed to make a stalwart defense. A little bit of an attempt to get in around the back here. Engineers Making use of those satchel charges. Another squad of Jaeger there ready. The satchels will probably be gone before this squad is dead. The engineers are actually routed there. I'm kind of surprised by that, to be honest. The Jaeger have had to pull back. They're no longer in here. The Fireteam Dragons actually managed to get in there. Another Fireteam Dragon around here. A couple of Gazelle rockets coming in. In terms of anti-air, there isn't... Oh, there's some Chaparrals at the back there. Very good anti-air at the back. Just a Stinger up here. Artillery coming in from Cherry's side on that area. But I think this point is likely a lost cause now. There's a lot of units in there from Minotaur. Tractor Rapiers taking a lot of shots at those F-15s at the back there. Does get the kill on the HE bomber. The F-15 should get out alive, although it is coming back over enemy territory. But there's the end of the game. Well played to Minotaur. Commiserations to Cherry. Really well played to both of you, though. Bit of a difference of kills and losses, but not a massive one. Let's have a look at the kills and losses. SAS obviously got a lot of kills on transports at the start. Jaguar HE did a good job. The Milan too, though. Look at that. Plenty of kills there. 1M1, Chaparral, Bradley. Really, that was the only Milan 2 that got that many kills. There's enough there, though, because you can see there another Abrams went down to that. And then there was the Rover Milan that got an Abrams as well. So they were working hard that game, the Milan 2s. What got the kill on the command tank? It was a cluster bomber. A Jaguar cluster bomber got it. That's what we missed at the top of the map. And over at the other side, TOW2 doing a good job. Got plenty of kills in those M48s across the top point. Mac Rifles got some Saxons. Well played to both players. I think MVP is going to go to that Milan 2. I mean, the Jaguar did alright as well, but... I mean, the Milan 2 working very hard that game. Okay, let's head straight into game number 2. Welcome back to game number 2 with Minotaur and Cherry. Minotaur playing as the Berlin Command over on the left in blue. Over on the right in red, we once again have Cherry, this time playing as the Territorial Commando Sud. Both popular decks. Let's have a look at what Cherry has down first. So we have some Jäger Aufkul heading up to this area here, obviously quite defensive in nature. Gazelle heading up that way, and another Gazelle heading up to the top there. Good for defense. Always good to defend that back point with some recon. Got a Gazelle Hot heading over this way. Good for covering for any vehicles coming around the back, or indeed down this road. And then over here we have a good spread of units. We have a heavy push into this Bravo area. I mean, into the forest. That is unusual. So we do have two commands. We have another command heading up here. Got one heading into here. But we have multiple Pioneer squads, multiple Pioneer arm busts, all heading in here. I have mixed feelings about Pioneers. As you know, at the moment, those satchel charges, obviously, you have to be on top of the enemy for it to matter. I'm a much bigger fan of the Flame Troops at the moment. Over on the other side, do we have more of a spread and someone going to the center? We have, yes we do, we immediately have some recon in choppers going to the center there. Down here we have scouts spread out and some going to the middle there as well. That's a couple of Foxes. Down here we have a spread of units. Some are going to the center, some are going down here. We've got Ardens on the field, not something we've seen much in this patch. We've got Milans, we've got Light Berlin Rifles, Engineers Flash. That's more what I would like to see. The Engineers Flash, they have a bit of range, some Stingers. We have a command also going around the top here. Nothing looking like it's going to go up the top and provide cover for Echo. But as it stands, obviously, looking like a good spread of units. This will likely put Minotaur in control of Charlie. That is the risk. You can kind of ignore Charlie at the start and go for the bottom. I believe, having discussed this with Protoss before when we did the casting of the Super Tournament, that's his preferred method. He prefers to push the bottom hard, whereas I'm more of a, I like to try and hold the center because it's worth 3 points to me. So holding that and getting some good angles on the buildings can be very beneficial, and then trying to push hard through the forest. Later, the forest, obviously a hard place to push in any situation. Engineer's Dragon coming up here. Good spread of units. Good spread of units from Minotaur. And Jaeger coming in at the back here. They're finally going up towards the center there. But certainly Minotaur going to be in very solid control of Charlie. Now, it really depends on how aggressive Cherry can be at the bottom here. There is a good spread of units down here. Milan already taking shots at those transport vehicles. Doesn't get a kill. There is a good amount of units here, but obviously versus this huge blob will not hold. But Minotaur may have seen all of those transports leaving, so he may know he needs to reinforce down here. He's still sending stuff to the center, though. Gazelle pushing around the top there slightly. It's all going to depend on what happens down here. There is that command pushing out. Need to be careful with that because the command will move faster than those infantry, and if it gets too far ahead, it will be popped by Minotaur's infantry squads in the forest there. Scouts pushing around the bottom here, and an Akav just to get eyes on that area. More infantry being called in there. You can just see them flash up for a second. There they come. Sappo's Flam. Mortar coming in down here. Couple of Rolands at the back there. Couple of artillery pieces in the back as well. Potentially going to be very useful for dislodging units in the middle when he goes in that way. Really, it's all about what happens down here, I think, at the moment for Cherry. He needs to break through and get into this point, because getting into the center is going to prove difficult. Minotaur slowly getting closer and closer to this far side. I mean, in an ideal situation, you cut off the central island by having units down here and blocking those bridges, but it is a challenge to get all the way there. You see it more done at this side because you can hop from building to building and then cover this area. So it's more common that the person on Cherry's side does that. Obviously, always the temptation to go around the back. I'm looking at that fox now skirting around the top there. Gazelle Hot's coming in here. Oh, the skirmish has started. See these Pioneer squads getting absolutely wrecked by the Engineer's flash from range. More flamethrowers coming in. Armbusts aren't bad units. Obviously better against vehicles than they are against infantry. Here comes some more Flam. Yeah, these Pioneers, they're a nice big squad of 10 men, but the fact that they don't have range is a problem for their satchel charges. The satchel charges are such short range. You got to just charge them into the enemy, and the enemy either retreats and runs, or they get hit with satchels. You can't Q move the Pioneers. You just got to run them into the enemy, then stop them. There's a bit of micromanagement involved in that. But at the moment, they're at quite a range. Flamethrowers, you see, are able to fire at that range. So they're getting a lot of flames down on these infantry. And what they're doing to these infantry, even if they're not massively damaging them, is they're causing a lot of cohesion issues. So cohesion already mediocre there. Obviously the Sappo's Flam taking a lot of fire, because they are out front. But they're doing that cohesion damage, and that can make a huge difference in the game. Engineer's Flash here, getting rearmed by that supply. But Cherry does have a bigger force here, but the problem is they are taking a lot of damage. Bombing strike came in there. Seed came in there as well. What dropped the bombs and did it die? I'm so confused. Or is that a seed that does have unguided bombs as well? That seed does have... I thought it was. I knew there was a seed that has it, but I never remember which one. So the seed dropped its unguided bombs there. Didn't seem to do a huge amount of damage, though. Hot 2. Going in a bit deep there. I'm not sure what it was going for. MX-30 is being moved down to the bottom now. Still a lot of skirmishing going on here, but I think Minotaur is held at the moment. The range on the flash and the flames just made a difference against those Pioneer squads. Lots of reinforcements coming in now, though. A couple of Milan 2s there. Some M48s coming in at the back. That artillery firing on this area as well. Smoke coming in too. Definitely needing some repairs in here. And there are the repair trucks on the way. But Minotaur remaining in complete control of Charlie at the moment. Cherry obviously struggling to penetrate the defences here. Good use of the artillery, though, to soften up that infantry and maybe hope that he pulls back. More sappers Flam have arrived. The engineers Flash pushing in again. Light rifles also taking shots. These Pioneers, obviously, cohesion very low. Taking hits off that flamethrower. Tanks here doing a good job against those Berlin light rifles. Push is coming at the top as well against Minotaur's defensive forces there. That command, though, out on its own. Recoilless rifle all over it. If it can get a hit, that's dead. There it goes. Command is dead in the center. Pioneer Ambush trying to push in here as well. Some squads of Jaeger. They were brought in earlier over here. They are doing a good job. And yeah, not doing a bad job there at all. Nice positioning on the anti-air in this game from Minotaur. Has managed to catch a couple of those choppers off guard. Pioneer Ambush pushing up here. Another Gazelle Hawk coming in. I assume looking for a Raden kill. Does look like it's going to get a hit on the Raden. Artillery coming in on these infantry in the buildings. Good use of artillery there to clear those buildings. I mean, that's really what it should be used for on this map. Clearing the buildings to get into that central point. It's what it's very effective at. A little bit harder to hit infantry in a forest with that kind of artillery. Equally, artillery coming in from the other side there. Once again, 155mm cannons dropping on this building here. More reinforcements coming in down here. And more. There's a lot of infantry coming in down here. More infantry heading into the center now for Minotaur, though. He wants to make sure he defends that. The +3 is obviously very nice. It's got him a nice lead. With 30 minutes left of the game. HE Bomber coming in here, going for that building to finish off those infantry. Should be a good strike. Oh, bomb slightly off there, landed slightly behind the building. Only doing a bit of damage. The artillery collapses that building. These infantry now stuck in the ruins. These guys not looking so hot, though. But that artillery still coming in on them. And they are pushing up to the next building now. There's the last of those infantry gone now. Some supply coming in to repair these guys. But good push here from Cherry. He's managing to clear more of his way to the point. We'll need some more infantry, though, if he wants to get in the point, I'm sure. Lots of Jaeger down here. And lots of Pioneer Ambush still. A couple of Pioneer squads there, badly damaged. Some more supply coming in for them. And 48 taking some shots at the Berlin light rifles. Artillery still going in on that building that's collapsed. Now, is this smoke going down or normal mortar fire? Normal mortar fire. A little bit quiet right now while Cherry is positioning troops for another assault. No more attempts to push around the top by either player. Is this artillery going this time? Going for that mortar. HE bomber coming in again. Going for the pivads. This could be a nice strike. Pivads on the move. Oh, just slightly behind the pivads again. Sort of more hitting those buildings. Another HE coming in. Going for this area here. Gets a kill on a fox. Not a huge amount of anti-air in there, so these bombers getting in and out pretty easily. Mirage Seed with his bombs coming in again. Dropping on this area. This could be nasty. There's a command there as well. Does not get the command. Does not get any of the infantry. They'd gone between the buildings and managed to avoid the line of bombs. Engineer's Dragon pushing up here. That Seed still flying around. Artillery coming in on that area now. Could get a lucky hit on this command. Seems to be hitting a little bit far back. Abrams coming in though. That should get the kill on the command surely. Busy killing the Pioneers at the moment. Can it not see that command? No, it can't. These guys can see it now. I was going to say, there we go. Now it can. Easy kill. Easy kill. HE bomber coming in again. Going for those Engineers Dragons. This should be a kill. That's a lot of bombs on one unit. A lot of fire taken by that HE2. It will be busy for a little while getting repaired. Gazelle Hots coming in again. Lots of Gazelle Hots being used in this game. Here's the push at the bottom. Cherry is on the move with all of those units. Pioneer's a little bit closer this time. That's the Berlin Light Rifles running into the Pioneers, actually. That'll be the death of the Berlin Light Rifles. But many, many Jaeger here doing a really good job. M48's pushing up a little bit far forward. That was a Nighthawk coming in, dropping some bombs at the edge here. Didn't seem to do a huge amount. M48's a little bit pushy there, but have managed to get through without being destroyed somehow. Cherry looking good here. Lots and lots of infantry coming in. Another HE bomber coming in the center there. Pivads annihilating those Gazelle Hots. Another laser guided bomber coming in there. RAF rifles surrounded. Completely surrounded, no less. Not looking great for Minotaur at the bottom now. Could this be the turnaround point of the game? HE bomber coming in here, going for one Jaeger squad. Good kill. It's taking fire from the Fliegerforce though. Laser guided bomber coming in there. Nice kill on the tank at the front. Good position on Milan too here, firing across there. It's very risky for the Abrams at that side, obviously. Akav moving around the back here, getting some kills. Still a huge chunk of infantry here. There is no command there, though. There's a Green Beret leader coming down the road there, but the Akav might kill it. Jaeger still on the move. More reinforcements coming in. Some tanks coming in as well. Obviously, at this point, tanks in these tree lines to defend against incoming infantry. Not a bad shout. A little bit worried about this Green Rifles leader going past that Akav. And it's going to be out in front as well, so it's going to be the first thing it sees. Oh. Wait, is it firing at the things at the back? No, there it... It is, it's firing at the supply. It missed its chance to get the Green Berets leader. Green Berets leader gets the kill. Oh, it targeted the supply trucks rather than the green barrier leader. That could be a predetermined setting, perhaps, that Minotaur has set. Because there are obviously options for what your vehicles will fire on, and whether they fire on transports and things like that. I just have them fire at everything. I don't care if they waste missiles. The Gazelle rockets are on the move. Is this going to be an attempt to clear up some of this infantry? Very possibly. There were still lots of Flieger Force down there, but you know what? I can't see them anymore. Oh, they're all at the front here. Tanks being used to really good effect here for fire support against these infantry, as I say. Now the Gazelle rockets have arrived. The problem with the Gazelle rockets is they don't have many rockets. Like, they're all empty already. 12 rockets isn't a lot. There is supply there waiting for them, though. Artillery still coming in from Cherry's side. That command almost in the point now. But it's still +3, and even when this is capped, it'll still be +1 to Minotaur. That command is in the middle, though. He has neutralized. The Green Barriers leader is in there. And there's still quite a few infantry here, but whether he can get that Green Barrier leader remains to be seen. A few squads of Pioneer Armbusts down here as well, pushing up this way. Flame squad there, routed. I mean, Minotaur is very close to the win here, but things can turn around. Gazelle Hot's on the move again, looking for kills on these tanks, I imagine. Good amount of units in here. You're going to need a lot of artillery or bombs to dislodge them. Nighthawk coming in, looking for a kill on that leader. It's obviously visible. This could be very nasty. There goes the bomb. Does he get the kill? Oh! Lovely strike by the Nighthawk. One bomb, one kill. Very effective. HE bomber coming in at the other side, looking for a kill on the Pivads again. Damaged and routed, but doesn't get the kill. Cherry looking pretty good at the bottom here, though, with that force finally pushed in. Making some progress through the point. Stinger still taking out those Gazelle Hots. They're taking shots at these AMXs. I think they've killed one. Badly damaged a second. Another Nighthawk coming in and a HE bomber. Nighthawk veers off, I think, at the last second. +1 still to Minotaur. With 20 minutes left of the game. M48's coming in for this point here. And the Green Berets coming in for the centre by the looks of it. Up to the top there. Lots of use of that Nighthawk now. Artillery being used on these infantry in the building. And around it, no less. Nice hits. Engineer's Flash coming in now. Should be pretty effective against these infantry from range. And let's be honest, Cherry's looking a little bit weaker on the ground here. He's lost a lot of his infantry. He's got his Flieger Force still. He's got a Milan 2 there. But he's not got a huge amount to protect that Green Barrier leader. Artillery coming in across there at the back. Desperate to kill that Pivads. HE bomber coming in here. Looking for a kill on those infantry. Nice strike. 2 infantry down. But the HE bomber also goes down. And the HE bomber coming in, going for these infantry here. Another nice strike. Squad of Flash dead. And Berlin Light Rifles badly damaged. Grenadier Voltigeurs coming in now at the back. That was another loss of an F4F HE bomber, though. Expensive bomb drops. Flash squad's doing a good job here. They are depleted, but they are pushing up. And there's literally 2 badly damaged Amber squads here. Jaeger squad that's looking okay. There's the surrender. Commiserations, Cherry. Really well played to both of you. Well done, Minotaur. Another really good game where you defended very well in the middle. Again, a bit of a difference of kills to the losses. Let's have a look at those kills and losses. What unit was that? That is a blank unit. A magical blank unit that got kills on 2 Pioneers, a Jaeger and a Pioneer. I have no idea what that was. A bomber, maybe? Or possibly a napalm? Further down. Abrams doing okay. Nighthawk got a few kills. Milan 2 at the other side. Smashing those Ardens from across the river. That was a good placement, Cherry. Good placement on that Milan 2. Was getting plenty of hits. I honestly thought you might have killed the M1 IP as well, but I don't think it ever got a shot on it. HE Bombers did well as well there. The Milan 2 again. Milan 2 gets MVP once again. 2 games in a row, the Milan 2 really performing exceptionally well. Once for each player. And I guess, question mark, whatever blank unit was doing well too. And there you go. 2 really fun games. Very action-packed games. Lots of combat. And this is what I mean. You know, with the rookie side of the tournament, the freshman, whatever you want to call it, you always get some really interesting gameplay because they don't play to the standardized meta. You just get some more interesting engagements. But thanks for watching, everyone. Please do like, share, subscribe. I'll see you all soon for some more WARNO.